truly rules the wild? Is it the lion roaring across the plains? The crocodile lurking beneath muddy waters? Or is it something smaller, hornless, fangless, but willing to fight to the death, even when the odds are stacked against it? Today, you step into the world of small but fearless warriors, where grit matters more than muscles, where courage outweighs stature, and where one bold bite can send predators running. Buckle up. The next 30 seconds will defy everything you thought you knew. Across the dry grasslands, a distant roar echoes, but it isn't an antelope, not a warthog. It's a honey badger, a creature no longer than a grown man's arm, yet brave enough to confront a full-grown lion. It doesn't charge like a mad beast. It moves slowly, fur bristling, growling low like a warning. The lion could end this in a second, but what stops it is that look, steady, fearless, unblinking. And then, like a test of wills, the badger steps back. Not out of defeat, but because it understands. Survival sometimes is the greater victory. In that moment, under searing sun and burnt grass, two animals stand opposed. One a symbol of raw power, the other of unyielding defiance. No claws needed, no blood spilled. Just the courage to stand tall before something bigger. The lion turns away, the badger remains, head high, unshaken. In the shadows of the forest floor, something slithers across dry leaves. A python, a killer known for crushing bones. But this time the target is a honey badger, wrapped tight, coiled, squeezed. But instead of panic, the badger twists, biting into the snake's neck. Claws tearing, jaws relentless. The python tightens, but that sudden bite throws it off. In a heartbeat, the battle turns. Blood spills, but not from the smaller beast. The badger doesn't win by brute strength. It wins by sheer refusal to surrender. Each bite precise, each counterattack explosive. In the silence of the woods, their snarls tear through like war drums. No animal is born a victim, not if it chooses to fight. Not just one, a whole group. Hyenas, the wild's most organized thieves, surrounding the lone badger. They shriek, they circle, they wait for an opening. But the badger doesn't wait. It lunges first. A growl, a leap. Teeth sink into the nearest snout. Chaos erupts. Some hyenas retreat. Others hesitate. Not out of fear, but confusion. They've never seen prey fight like this. But blood has a cost. The badger tires. It retreats slowly, never dropping its guard. This isn't defeat. It's a test of will. Surrounded, bloody, growling. The badger doesn't fall. It stands as a symbol that not everything small is easy to swallow. Sometimes boldness rewrites the rules. The river lies still. The crocodile sleeps under the heat, but a shadow creeps in, silent, intent. The honey badger strikes, straight at the eye, a perfect hit. The reptile thrashes. The fight is short. The badger knows exactly where to hurt. The crocodile, strong but slow, pays the price. No one expected this, but it happened. Victory doesn't roar. It bites, then walks away. The sun glints off red water. The badger doesn't cheer. It doesn't boast. It vanishes. In the wild, triumph needs no applause, just the strength to walk away on your own legs. Farther north, where snow blankets the earth, another warrior fights for life. The wolverine. Not fast, not large, but resilient beyond belief. -40 doesn't slow it down. It sniffs out frozen carcasses beneath the snow. It digs with claws and sheer will. The wolverine hunts not for pleasure, but to survive. It doesn't seek fights with bears, but drop a scrap of meat. One mistake, and it strikes. Through pine winds and icy gusts, this bulky form slips through snow like a phantom. It is resistance made flesh, a savage instinct to keep going. Even when outmatched, the wolverine waits, then strikes like thunder in a frozen night. One against many, a wolverine faces a pack of wolves. This is not a brawl. This is a lesson in limits. The wolverine watches. It tests. Then it backs off. Not in fear, but because survival matters more. But given the chance, it won't back down. A low growl, a dragging gait, muscles coiled like springs. It dares the wolves to try. It doesn't crave control, but it will never be dismissed. In a place where cold kills faster than teeth, resolve is the last weapon. Winter, deep snow, howling winds. But beneath the ice, warmth grows. A mother wolverine builds her den. She hunts in silence, bringing home scraps of meat for her young. No one sees, no one hears, but life grows, quiet and strong. Each step in the snow is a vow. Each bite carried home is devotion in motion. In freezing cold, warmth isn't fire. It is unyielding love. A mother's strength is a wild power too. In the thick Asian canopies, the yellow-throated marten reigns. Small, fast, fierce. It does not walk alone. It moves in pairs, in trios, calling out, chasing, climbing like dancers in a green cathedral. No prey is too large, not even monkeys. It owns the trees. It moves like mist. One leap, one ambush, and the hunt is over before it begins. Its power isn't in its looks, but in the deadly grace beneath its fur. The marten may be small, but its spirit towers. A leopard. It doesn't wait for weakness, it strikes. Head on, swift. Sometimes it even wins. They don't hunt out of hunger. They hunt because instinct demands it. Each chase is a trial, and they never quit. When larger foes loom, the marten doesn't cower. It uses speed, intelligence, and fearless fire. Retreat is not part of the plan. Three species, three fighters, three worlds, all share one trait. They are never afraid, not the biggest, not the strongest. But every step, every lunge, every retreat is a masterclass in survival. Who do you admire most? The reckless honey badger? The enduring wolverine? The daring marten? Don't judge by size. Nature crowns no one by mass, only by will. Across forests, tundras, and treetops, they leave more than tracks. They leave impressions, not just on the ground, but in the minds of all who watch. Because in the wild, courage is the true measure of might. Some animals will never grace the record books. They won't top the food chain. They don't run like cheetahs or bite like crocodiles, but they survive, and the world takes notice. They embody pure instinct. No packs, no territories, only fearless hearts and wills forged in fire. Each growl is not a threat, but a promise. I do not need to win, but you will not defeat me easily. They don't shine, they don't intimidate, but nature shifts when they walk. And when the strong think they've won, these small warriors shift the balance, not with power, but with defiance. They leave no kingdoms behind, no great nests, no roars to silence the forest, but they leave something else, a hidden mark in the web of life, balance. They force predators to reconsider. They force nature to adapt, not with strength, but with stubborn presence. They teach us, you don't need to be king, you don't need to lead, you just need to be yourself, unshaken, unyielding. Their legacy isn't carved in stone, it's seen in wary eyes, in cautious steps from stronger beasts. Because when the smallest creature can shift the wild, every action matters, even yours. From African plains to frozen woods to misty jungles, small warriors are rewriting the rules of power. You won't see them on coins. They won't be carved into monuments, but nature remembers. And every time they show up, the mighty pause. This isn't just a tale about animals. This is a lesson for us all. Never underestimate grit, never dismiss courage, and never forget. Sometimes the smallest things change the world.